Good afternoon everyone, we are Team 10 Marathi Tigers. Today we will be presenting a role play on social media bias with respect to journalism. With Sharon Sunny as Dr. Andy Selepak, Director MAMC Social Media, and Reon George as Professor Ted Spiker, Assistant Professor Department of Journalism, UF College of Journalism and Communication. And Sarah will be providing with the solution to this problem. So now I invite Reon and Sharon.
We are here at the University of Florida's College of Journalism, Communication and Innovation News Center with Mr. Ted Spiker, who is a professor of journalism here at the university. So I have a question for you, Mr. Ted Spiker. How do you think social media has affected journalism in the field of reporting as a whole?
So, journalism today is changed the social media, and the field of reporting is also changed. So usually we don't break news in the newspaper today. We just break news in the social media, which influences the audience today. And coming back to your question, today the social media is evolving indeed. And then the forms which we are using today, not the traditional forms, no more. And everyone is a journalist today. Whoever has their phone today is a journalist. And we do find difficult in breaking authentic news. And those who are having phones today, they just gather the news, the pictures, the videos, and they break it in their social media account. And though it's not very authentic, still news is spread, and they actually decide what news has the consumer to be read or to be known.
Okay, so do you think nowadays students understand the value and importance of social media in the field of recording as well as in the field of journalism?
So back then, we had just tools like pen, paper, and camera. Today, we're using the social media accounts such as Facebook or Instagram. So many of them break news in Twitter, even though official newspapers or the news agencies or the media which has, basically they break news in their social media accounts, most probably Twitter. And to be in fact that 29 billion of the news agencies break news in the social media, and especially coming back to the students, in our college, University of Florida, we teach them how to handle their social media accounts, because today, than a brand as a media agency, individuals are brands today, and what they break in the social media is just what the news agencies also break.
So as you said just now, like in the past, people didn't have much medium to communicate, record and everything and post it. So nowadays, people are posting everything. Whatever news they see, they're directly posting it. So is there any difference between being a journalist and being just recording it and posting it online?
There is a difference. See, it depends on the journalist or the reporter who's breaking the news. In fact, that people, the journalists today, just don't break news of what's happening. So back then until now, they stick on to their values, and and to what values the organization has. So the matter is that whether the news is authentic. So people on social media, as I said, everyone is a journalist today, those who are having their smartphones. It's difficult, but then it is also useful for our media agencies to report what news is available from there, take it, so the exchange of information is happening.
Okay, so do you think to stay in the field of journalism, do we have to constantly brand ourselves? Like there are many journalists, so do we have to keep showing off our talents as well as ourselves in the field of journalism?
Branding. So it is really important, but if you don't cross that line, it's good. But we should be reporting, but not marketing. And see, it depends on the journalist or the chief editor he has. So it's basically that, for an example, we have a pizza, and it depends on you what toppings you want. So whatever the content you have, the same thing goes to the consumer, but it's in your hands how you deliver it. So branding is essential, but not to brand yourself more than that organization or the media agency. So that one you need to be careful.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ted Spiker, for explaining how social media has impacted the world, and thanks for a pizza reference. So thanks everyone for spending a little time with us about this topic. Thank you.
Now Sara is going to provide us with the solution to this problem.
Thank you, Sharath. Moving on to solutions to manage social media bias. As much as we love social media, we all have seen at some point in our lives people posting certain memes, messages, or posts that may be racially insensitive or even biased for some reason. So what do we do in that case? How do we address those situations? So ideally, if you know that person and have that person's contact information, you can call them and have a nice chit chat, sit down with them, or schedule a visit, and like share your views and also try to understand why they have shared it in the first place. And if you don't know that person, then just like message them in a private messaging forum saying that I'm not here to police your social media. This is your page, so you have the right to post anything you want. So people do. You can say that you have the right to post anything you want, but do remember that people do get affected by it. And as an individual living in a society, you have to consider other people into consideration. So using that skill to clarify your intention could go a long way in understanding that person, to understand their impact, and also that person to rectify their mistake, and hopefully that person won't be repeating their mistake. So, and hence that person won't repeat it again. So yeah, these are my few solutions and suggestions to manage social media bias.